Guys, I am telling you, driving in India is no joke. I swear there's a bunch of Paul Walkers and Vin Diesels on this road because you hear beeping, you hear just a lot of people cutting people off and a lot of cursing in another language. So I think it's absolutely hilarious. This is an experience. We got this like little dune buggy. We're driving around town, just exploring, and it's hot.
A beautiful masterpiece, like Tiffany to the Annie, just right. And out the window cruising, all we see is nothing.
India was probably the best experience that I've ever had. A lot of times before a show, I don't give myself an opportunity to enjoy a lot of the area that I'm traveling to. I mean, think about it. Just last year, I traveled to 5 different states and 1 different country. But because I was in prep, leading into the show, I just kind of stayed in my hotel room. I kind of just focused on that goal. And there's no question. In India, we focused on our goal. But the best part was, we actually enjoyed it there. Yo, they are not lying. Like, you guys can't tell, it's hot. But they're not lying. When you hear that bodybuilding is such like a foreign thing in foreign countries, that when they see a common bodybuilder walk in the streets, they can't help but just stop and take photos and just touch and poke.
Well, bro, you stand out like a freaking sore thumb.
Flex it out a little bit, flex it out for me.
Look at that coming in. What's that, bro?
We gave ourselves some time to travel, to eat authentic food, and meet a lot of the natives who live there. You know, and that was probably the most exciting and just memorable parts of the entire trip. I mean, guys, man, let's be real. That Indian food might just be the best food that I've ever had in my life. It certainly jumped the genre of American food and Italian food, which were previously in my top 2. But again, man, it was something special. You know, I got a chance to meet a lot of the natives, take a lot of pictures with the natives, and even in the restaurant. But the people there was the best part of the entire trip. And I honestly can't wait to go back.
All right, bro. What's your name?
My name is Arnav.
How long have you lived in India?
I've been living in India since the past 16 to 17 years.
16, 17 years? All right. What is your favorite cuisine in India? What's your favorite go-to
Like
meal?
Indian cuisine?
Yeah, Indian cuisine.
Okay, that would be butter chicken for sure. Butter chicken and garlic naan. That's my favorite.
What's the hype around the bread? I keep hearing like the bread is absolutely insane.
We're gonna try it with the butter chicken.
Butter
That's
chicken?
what you're gonna like.
Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta try because that's what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, man.
All right, guys, so the show is done. So now it is time to enjoy some good food. And I'll tell you, this was definitely a part of the decision why I wanted to compete in India, because I did hear just how good their cuisines are. But I will also tell you this, when it comes to these roads, guys, you can probably hear the madness behind me. It's madness. I just want you to think of driving with Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, and the whole Fast and Furious 5. Not 4, 3, 2, or 1. I'm talking about 5. Like the one where The Rock went crazy and was jumping off bridges and stuff. Yeah, that's this environment. But nonetheless, I am ready to eat.
Well, how long have you been here? How long have you lived in India?
Since birth.
Since your birth?
Yep.
How old are you?
I'm currently 21.
21? All right, what is your favorite meal? I guess it's weird to say Indian meal because you're from here, but what's your favorite meal of all time in India? Or what meal would you recommend any tourist to get when they come?
Okay, this is kind of like very traditional, but I'm just saying it from a Punjabi background. Try makki di roti plus sarson da saag. Early morning with white butter, you will love it.
This was what I wanted out of this trip. An experience, not just on stage, but off the stage, if not more than anything. And I got that and some. Yes, we didn't get the win, But I promise you, we didn't lose either, because this trip was everything. And not to mention, that butter chicken and that chicken biryani is to die for. If you have an opportunity right now, if you're watching this, type on your phone the closest Indian place that you can find, and you have to go get the butter chicken and or chicken biryani. Fair warning, you may or may not be sitting on the toilet for at least 2 days post it, but it tastes so good coming in and it stings a little bit coming out, but it's worth it, guys. Trust me. And though we had fun, a lot of it, the reality was we were still getting ready to bridge into the most important process of the entire prep, the reverse dieting process. And as you guys could see, I gave myself the night of the show to enjoy myself with friends and family. I also gave myself the morning after to eat and just simply enjoy myself. But after that meal, I got back on track. Because the reverse dieting process can truly set you up for success or failure when it comes to the rest of your off-season. I'm gonna grab the Belgian waffle, and I'm also going to get the bacon and egg, fried egg with the crispy bacon, hash browns. And what toast options do you guys have? We finally let the stomach settle, and not to mention, we slept in like crazy. Like, we didn't wake up until 10 a.m., which every morning before, we woke up at 6 o'clock. So time zones were definitely a little crazy. So now, we're finally having our first true meal of the day, and it's 3:30. So again, stomach needed some time to settle. But we really just simply wanted more American food. Like, I'm not gonna go home and eat anything crazy. I definitely owe the lady here a date night. But nonetheless, we are going to get very traditional. I miss pancakes, I miss waffles, and I miss eggs. So again, omelet, waffles, that's what's on the menu. So now, sitting here with the years of experience that I have, not only managing my reverse processes after shows, but also helping clients do the same for theirs, I want to give you 3 tips that I have now utilized to help me, as well as a lot of other people, get through a successful reverse. Starting off with the first one. It starts with the mindset. A lot of beginners think the prep ends once you step off stage, when in reality, the prep does not end until the reverse is over. A lot of times when you're on prep, you're scrolling on Instagram, you're saving your favorite foods, and you're simply almost setting yourself for a downfall. And your eyes get so wide after you step off stage. Your adrenaline is high. You just won, or you unfortunately didn't place where you wanted to. So your emotions are either up or down, and oftentimes you justify those emotions by simply diving in head first to all the foods that you were thinking about and simply couldn't have during the process of the prep. So because of that, your mind thinks that you have earned every single bite of food that you're getting ready to intake. But again, your body is extremely sensitive at that time, just like you are likely emotionally. So when you match the emotional side with your body just simply being fatigued and tired and just craving everything, it tends to lead to an unsuccessful start of a reverse process. Now, I am somebody who believes in flexibility. I always give my clients and myself the night of the show and the full day after to enjoy. But it is extremely important after that, you get back on track to your reverse. And that's gonna lead me to my next tip. And that is to simply set yourself up for success. A reverse process does not have to be unenjoyable. I always like to start my reverse off by inputting foods that I know that I will thoroughly enjoy and like. It doesn't just have to be what you had on prep, but instead you can work in the steaks. You can work in the Eggo waffles, believe it or not, right? You can work in some of the things that help you stay on track. The most successful meal plan is the one that you can follow, not the one that is simply just put together for the perfect robotic person, because we're not robots, right? We want to make sure that we enjoy the process, and utilizing an opportunity to use variety during that time will set you up for success. Now, you have to be smart. You cannot just work in everything you didn't have and say that I eat this every day and call it a meal plan. But you can still work in fun foods that are flexible, that also just meet your satiety, that you can actually stick to your plan. So with that being said, 1, it starts with the mindset. 2, it starts with actually enjoying your meal plan in the process of a reverse. And last, but certainly not least, a tip that has helped me more than probably all of these tips combined: give yourself a goal after the show. A lot of times when we step off stage, the post-show blues kicks in because we had to focus on one goal for so long that once you step your feet off that stage, it's almost like you're directionless. But if you allow yourself to have another goal tangibly close, a physical goal close, it's gonna force you to want to stay on track. For example, plan a vacation 2 to 3 weeks after your show. That's gonna force you to take your shirt off at the beach and feel comfortable and confident in that moment. Not only that, plan a photo shoot. Give yourself something to look forward to, and again, give you that extra motivation to stay on track. I see it far too often. They lose that motivation, they have that lack of direction, and because of that, they tend to lean more towards the food or simply things that give them more comfort because, again, their job is done. When in reality, the job is just getting started. So take these 4 recommendations, these tips, and apply them to your life, to your situation. It starts with the mindset. It then transitions into actually enjoying the process, limiting temptations that are within reach. We are all human. And if you can make sure that you set yourself up for success, that will be a massive, massive push towards the right direction between a successful prep into a reverse. And then lastly, give yourself a goal. At the end of the day, prep forces us to focus solely on a specific goal for so long that when that goal is no longer there, we give ourselves excuses to simply be a lesser version and a lesser disciplined version of ourselves, the self that we just were. So again, guys, the reverse dieting process is everything. If you want to set yourself up, the future self up for success, not only on stage, but health-wise, take it from me. Take your reverse dieting process just as serious as you did your prep. And if you do that, you will not only be a healthier version of yourself, but a significantly happier version of yourself.
Own it, lock it up and own it. Start now and never postpone it. If you operate from love, then baby, I can't condone it. I pull up to a crib in a 6'4" Impala.